Hey guys, welcome back to my next YouTube video. And in this video we will be talking about the Apple event that just happened today and what was discussed and how this could affect their stock price in the upcoming months. So this afternoon, Apple hosted their final event for the year and showcased a whole line of new Macs. And most importantly, they showcased the new chip that will be inside of them. So here's a picture of it right here. It is the first chip ever built by Apple for their Macs. They were previously being developed by Intel, but they cut their ties with them earlier this year. The name of the new chip will be called the M1, and some of the specs include the 8-core CPU, the 8-core GPU, and Thunder and USB support for that. Another huge thing coming to the Mac now is that iOS apps will now be able to run on the new Macs. So popular apps such as HBO and the game Among Us will now be downloadable on the Mac OS App Store. So this includes apps such as that you can download on your phone. Now you can download them on your MacBooks or your iMacs. So the first M1 powered chip MacBook Apple announced was the new Fanless Macbook Air. Apple says that the new MacBook Air is up to 3.5 times faster than the previous generation, and thanks to the absence of any fans, will run completely silent. They're promising up to 15 hours of battery life while browsing the web, or 18 hours while watching video. It's got a 13.3-inch display, SSD support up to 2 terabytes, Touch ID, Thunderbolt, Wi-Fi, and it will start at $9.99. And if you have the education plan, that will start at $8.99. The next thing they discussed was the Mac Mini. This is getting overhauled for the M1 chip as well, and its base price is dropping $100 down to $699. It will support up to 2 terabytes SSD and up to 16 gigabytes of memory. Port-wise, it's got 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, an HDMI 2.0, and a gigabyte Ethernet. So next up is the MacBook Pro. Apple says the M1 chip bumps the MacBook Pro's battery life up to 17 hours while browsing the web, or 20 hours of video playback. Like the Air, it's got a 13.3-inch display and supports SSDs up to 2 terabytes and up to 16 gigabytes of memory. It's got Touch ID, Wi-Fi 6, support for the Thunderbolt. It will start at $1,299 or $1,199 for education users. So now let's discuss what does this mean for the Apple's overall stock. I think this is huge, mainly because of the new chip that they have developed on their own, meaning they won't have to pay Intel anymore for their chips, so that means more profit for them. I also believe these new chips inside the new Macs will appeal to consumers because they are now way powerful and faster than any previous generations of chips. So let's take a look at Apple stock and see how it actually did today. So you can see today that we opened up around the 114 range, so we pretty much sold off this morning, mainly because the NASDAQ was down huge, and then throughout the entire day we just consolidating around this range. So we consolidated around 1740 and 1633, and you can see at the end of the day we sold off a little bit. That's just mainly because the NASDAQ was pushing it down. But one thing that I saw that was cool was that the NASDAQ was actually down a lot today, while Apple was up during some parts. So the NASDAQ was down like 200 points, and Apple was still up. So that shows that there is some strength in Apple right now. However, towards the end of the day, we did have a sell-off. But like I said, that was mainly because all the other tech companies were selling off as well. But as you can see right now, the NASDAQ is actually pushing up pretty nicely. So if this does maintain throughout the night, then we will have a green day for Apple tomorrow. But as you can see, we've just been consolidating in this range right here. And we are making higher highs right here on this little portion right here. So what we need to do is we need to get back above 122 and then finally back above and close above 125, and then we can start having the talks about going back to all-time highs, which is around 135. So overall, in the upcoming months, with the announcement of the iPhone 12 and even these new Macs, I think Apple will perform really well going into the beginning of Q1 in February. So going into tomorrow, I would like to see some strength above this area that we failed to actually get above today. So around the 1740. In order for us to be bullish, in the upcoming days, we need to get above that and hold above that level so we can start the uptrend once again. Because right now, this could be seen as we had a downtrend, now we're forming a bear flag, and we will continue the downtrend. So in order for this trend to actually reverse right now, we need to get above this area tomorrow. As you can see, the futures, the NASDAQ, which the Apple follows, is already up tonight. But once again, we are still stuck in this sideways range right here. We had this huge push up, last week and going into Sunday night, and then we just sold off Monday, and also we sold off today. So what we really need to see is we have this brief pause and this brief continuation right here now, so we need to reverse. So we're in this nice range right here. You have your support right here and your resistance right here, so we need to break above the resistance and actually hold above that. So going into tomorrow, my thought process is that I need to see the NASDAQ get above that, and then we can be for certain that Apple will start uptrending again. But anyways, guys, this is the end of this video. If you like the video, make sure to comment and subscribe. And if you have any other ideas that you would like me to make a video about, just message me and I'll try to do that. But anyways, I'll see y'all in the next video.